Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great day, great night, great morning, whatever time you watch this video. Today's topic, today's video is going to be going over how my lawyer kind of didn't really do a whole lot for me and how I had to serve 5 days in the big house, the slammer, the jail, where Big Brody is at. Alright, so jump right into the video. So I was on this road right here that I'm on right now. I was coming down here to get pictures last year on July 24th or something like that, and I came out here. I was going to take pictures, put my bike in the middle of the road, get the pictures, and then dip. Well, to add a little context to why this was a dumb idea, why I did what I did. So this week, this particular week, it was a week where state troopers were all hands on deck, and they had every state trooper they could get on shift this day, or like these 2 weeks, and they just patrolled the freaking area for speeders and everything. Like, it was terrible. As soon as I came into this town, I immediately saw, like, probably in the span of 2 minutes, I saw like 10 state troopers back to back. Now, yes, you're probably gonna cuss me out and be like, why the heck did you freaking speed? And like, you knew they were out. Well, on this road, like, you know, cops are always saying, oh, just take it to the track, take it to the track. You know, the track that I usually go to right now is currently down, and that's not an excuse to come out on these main roads and speed, but it's currently down. So what I decided to do was, when I was back here, I was like, you know, it's a straight shot from about down there to about down there. It's almost a mile, give or take. And I was like, nobody's back here. I'm just going to hit it real quick, hit like 100 and get off of it, because like I said, the track is down, so I just needed a little relief, you know. But anyways, I was coming down, I was going this way, the trooper was coming this way, but we were further back down the road that way, and we passed each other. He waved at me, I didn't wave back. I mean, I'm not really waving at you unless I know you, or you're on two wheels. So he turned around to come, I don't know if he was coming to mess with me or what, but he turned around to come pursue me. So when I hit that hill down there, that's when I started at 100, and it picked up on his dash cam video that you could see me going around that hill, or going over that hill, and that's when I started speeding, and I did 100. He had to do about like 140, 150 to catch up to me, because like I said, I wasn't like a steady 100. I hit 100 and I was already rolling off of it, but his radar picked me up when he was way back there. So he pulled me over right here, give or take. Like, I don't think it's the exact spot, but I do have a video right there, if in case you guys have not seen it. I put it back up on my channel, because like, I'm already in trouble, I'm already doing my time and everything, so like, it is what it is. Now this video is going to be uploaded after I come out. I'm just telling the story before, because I could talk about it now. It's been almost a year, so everything's finalized, said and done, so it's like, you know, whatever. So he gets out of his truck, or his Charger, and he's like, why are we speeding so fast? Like, I don't know. And then he was like 145, and I was like, I didn't say anything. I'm going to throw that clip in right here.
Why are we traveling so fast? No reason. 100 into 45.
Alright, so after the clip, he gave me, or his buddy came over to me and talked to me. He was like, I think I know you from somewhere. Like, where do you work? Like, what do you do? Told him I was a firefighter in Montgomery. He was like, oh, that's where I've seen you from. And I was like, yeah, we probably worked the scene together or something. He's like, come on, man, you know better than that. And he tried to vouch for me. Like, he didn't say it directly, but he did try to vouch for me. And he went over back to the trooper that pulled me over. He's like, hey, he is a firefighter in Montgomery. I'm going to put that clip in here.
I'm riding reckless and 26 over.
He is a firefighter.
So, to get all that out the way, yes, I've been told that that trooper that I had is a freaking hard ass. Like, he's by the book. He doesn't skip a beat. Like, he is on your ass. If you do wrong, he's pulling you over. Now, granted, yes, I did wrong. I sped in a 45 mile per hour zone doing 100. That's on me. So I'm not even going to fault him for that. But usually, there's like a little, I'm not going to say there's a brotherhood between us firefighters and police officers, but sometimes there can be. But so I'm 22, for those of you who don't know, at the time of me making this video. I'm 22 years old. Yes, I've gotten speeding tickets before, but it's never been to this severity. I didn't realize how serious this speeding ticket was. So I'm thinking I can just go to court, pay it off, and go do my get my 6 points on my license and be good. Well, the trooper told me it's gonna be a mandatory court date. Coming to court, he's gonna work with me on my tickets. I said, all right, cool. So I go to court the first time, and basically it was just like me being there saying, do I want to go to trial or do I want to go ahead and take my punishment? And at this point I had a court appointed attorney, or I filled the paperwork out to get one for when I go to trial, and I told him I was going to go to trial so I can see what my attorney says. Well, I told the judge that, so then he gave me a court date for like a month and a half later. I went to the next court date, and this was like my trial day. At this point, me and my lawyer have talked a little bit. The only thing I didn't like was that he only contacted me a week before my trial date, and I was a little scared because I didn't really know what was going to happen. I started looking up all these different ticket laws in Alabama. So like for reckless driving, you get 5 days in jail and all that, yada yada yada. So I'm like, dang, I can't get 5 days in jail, nor can I get a suspended license. Like, my career is over with. So I'm talking to my lawyer the week before, and I'm like, hey man, I can't do any jail time. See what you can do. Like, I'll do 1,000 hours community service, 3,000, anything. And he was like, I'm gonna see what I can do, but just in case they don't agree with it, and go ahead and start picking your days that you want to do, just in case. And I said, all right, cool. I didn't pick any days in my head. I was like, I'm gonna wait till he gets back with me. He got back with me the day of court. He pulled me in the room. He said, look, they're still pushing for jail time. There's no way out of this. And I said, okay, well, and then he said, there's only one other option we can do. We can appeal it. I said, okay, cool, let's appeal it. Let's get some more time under our belt, see what we can do. Now, I appealed it, and the judge, since I appealed it, well, first, the judge found me guilty in his court, and then I was able to appeal his decision. So he gave me 30 days in jail, but he suspended 25 of those, so I only had to serve 5 days. I gave me 20 days suspended license. He gave me probation until all that shit was done. Driving school and pay a $500 fine. Now, like I said, since I appealed it, I was under the impression that didn't matter anymore. Like, that went out the window. So we go to my next court date. So that was district court. We're now moving over to circuit court. And I've been told about this judge that I have. She's a hard ass too. She's by the book. She's very strict about speeders. Like, you're not going to change her mind. You're not special. And I said, well, let me just go in here and see. So the first court date for circuit court was like the same one as the first time in district court. Do you want to go to trial or do you want to take your punishment? And I said, well, let's go to trial. So then they gave me another court date for like a month and a half later, and me and my lawyer got to talk. So at this point, I had to buy a lawyer, right? Because I got unassigned my court appointed one. I had to pay this man $1,500, and everyone was telling me, well, with that price, you should have known there was something wrong. So they're like, you spend like $4,000 or $5,000 for a lawyer, and I was like, ooh, like, that's a lot of freaking money. So he told me, let me see what I could do. I'm friends with the DA, I'm friends with the judge, like I know them, I'm working with them for years. I was like, all right, well, don't tell me that, and you can't, like, you don't promise me something, you can't give it to me. And he said, okay. So he talked to the DA and the judge, and they're still pushing for jail time. Like, nothing really happened. So he went on to say, so we had like another little court date that was virtual, and I was supposed to be in there for some odd reason, but it was really just supposed to be my lawyer. So basically he called me on the phone a couple days later and was like, hey, there's nothing we can do, like, you're just gonna have to go and take your jail time. I'm sorry, like, I tried everything, yada yada yada. So now, mind you, let me just throw this out there about my lawyer. He was not the most communicative lawyer ever. Like, he communicated so little with me. Like, I was at the point where I was like, all right, forget this crap. I'm just gonna go take my 5 days, because it's not worth sitting here stressing, working 3 different jobs, and like trying to do YouTube on the side. Like, I'm gonna end up killing myself over all this stress. But the next day after I said all that to myself, I actually got a phone call from him, and he basically told me the same thing I already thought in my head. He was just like, hey, look, there's nothing we can do, like, you're stuck. So I was just content with the fact that I was stuck. I couldn't do anything. So hey, what up? So I was content with the fact that I was stuck. I couldn't do anything, and I had to start making plans around me going to jail. I mean, there's really nothing else I could do, not even at this point, even though I have not been yet, but I will be going this week. This will be uploaded later on in March. Of course, I had to let my career, my fire department know about all this, and so my job is in jeopardy currently. I don't know what's going to happen there. I've already missed my promotion. Like, I didn't get promoted because of all this, and like, anything that was going good for me pretty much went down the drain. Like, yes, at the time, right now, I still do have a job, but like, they don't tell you what's going to happen. Like, they keep you in the dark until something does happen, and then they just throw it all at you at one time. And I don't really think that's fair, but it is what it is. I mean, you know, you just roll with the punches, I guess. So currently I've already planned the days that I have to go. Now I don't know what it's going to be like on the inside. I mean, I know it's not what it was cracked up to be like on TV and stuff like that, but I do know that it is all going to work out in the end. That is kind of why, like, I'm kind of going a little bit harder on this YouTube stuff. Like, this whole situation with me getting this ticket a year ago, like, it's really an eye-opener for me. Like, like, this behavior cannot keep on going on, because, like, no offense to anybody else, but I'm not like somebody that just has a regular 9-to-5 job. I can just get another job. Like, I have a whole career, and I started when I was 19 in my career. So, like, one small slip up can mess that up for the rest of your life. Like, this slip up is probably going to do that. Like, so let's just say I do get fired from this fire department, like, and I want to go apply to a different fire department at a different city, like a city that I'm in right now. Like, they're going to see my mugshot, they're going to get my background check and all that. They're going to see I've been inside for 5 days, and they're going to have to, I'm going to have to attest to that. I'm going to have to, like, explain, and that alone might kill my chances of being a firefighter anywhere else. And like I said, like, through this whole process of almost a year, like, it's an eye-opener for real. Like, I can't, like, there's no better way to explain it. Like, it's just an eye-opener. Like, this behavior that I was doing, where speeding everywhere and, like, on these back roads speeding, like, yeah, I mean, it's cool. Like, it's cool for a video. And another thing was, I wasn't even recording when I was speeding. Like, I only started recording after the fact, when I got pulled over, because I wanted to be recording in case anything happened, right? So, you know, like I said, it's just an eye-opener. Like, I can't really blame anybody for this. I did this on my own. I did it to myself. So it is what it is. And also, I do want to say, I don't like playing the race game, but at this point, like, there's no other way to explain what happened. Because, like, so let me just say this. So I have a friend of mine who's in another riding group that's somewhere in this city. He got the same ticket as me, like, a week later or 2 weeks later. So, like, he was speeding way worse than I was on, like, through the city now. And he got his ticket, like, he paid $700 for a lawyer on this app called Off the Record. He paid $700 for his lawyer through this app. And he went to court one time and talked to the same judge I did in district court, and he got his knocked down to a aggravated speeding, and he had to take anger management classes, pay a fine, do driving school, and that was it. But, and I'm not like, yes, he's a white guy, and there's nothing against him. I don't have anything against him, but it's just the fact of, he can get that, but why can't I get that? And my lawyer did bring that up in court. It's okay. You just gave his buddy this a couple weeks ago. Why is it that we're dragging this out for almost a year and he can't get the same treatment? You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't like playing the race game, like, oh, it's because I'm black. No, like, I did wrong. So you do the crime, you gotta pay the time, or do the time. But at that point, if my buddy got something, why can't I get it, you know? And then another thing I just want to throw out there, the ADA, the last day I went to court in circuit court, the ADA blurted out, like, the judge called me up to the stand with my lawyer and was basically just breaking it down to me that Nothing was going to change on her end. Nothing was going to change on the DA's end. I don't know why we're trying to keep on prolonging this, asking for extension. You just need to take what you get, because if you go to trial in my court and we find you guilty and it shows that you were doing over 100, you're going to be facing more than 5 days. You're going to be facing like 20 to 40 days in jail, and I don't think you want that. And then the ADA went on to say, well, if you're so worried about your job, like losing your job and your career, maybe you should have thought about that when you were speeding. Maybe you don't need to be in public safety. And like I said, all this was an eye-opener. Now, she had no business saying that, and I will forever hate her for that. Like, hate is a very strong word, but I will forever hate her for that, because for one, that courtroom was packed when she said it, and it was dead silent when she said it, and she yelled it. There's not only there kids in there on a field trip, but there's other people. Like, it's just, for one, that's embarrassing, and for two, who are you to say that? Because we're all humans, we all make mistakes, and I'm not sitting here saying, okay, I'm this perfect person, I never make mistakes. And how, like, with you saying that, that's basically you saying you're putting yourself on this higher pedestal than what you are. You know what I mean? I just don't agree with what she said and how she said it. Like, and I'm one for, it doesn't matter like your tone and how you said it, but why would you say something like that to me in front of the whole courtroom, in front of everybody? You could have told me that in private. Like, really, you could have pulled me aside and told me that in private. But it's the fact that she said that in front of everybody, and it really, like, that shit, that was a low blow, man. That shit hurt for real. Like, I literally felt so defeated and wanted to bust out crying in front of everybody, because that, like I said, that shit hurt, man. That shit really hurt. But yeah, man, kind of like sum this up and wrap this up, man. The moral of the story is, don't record yourself and putting this crap on YouTube, like speeding and whatnot. Yeah, you can blur out the dash and do whatever you want to do, and you're gonna do whatever you want to do anyways, because you're a grown man, grown woman. But just remember, like, you're not invincible, because they found my TikTok, they found my Instagram, they found my YouTube. Now, it was a little mistake on my end on how they found it, because I was following it on my main account, and I was following my main account back. So it was just like, come on, man. Like, it was just a little simple slip up. So, like I've said in videos before, like a video or so before, kind of like touching on the subject very briefly, you will never ever catch me slipping up again. Like, I don't care like what I got to do. I'm going to do it to make sure that I'm not going to be getting caught, and like getting caught with my pants down, basically. Like I said, man, like, it ain't worth it, man. Like, if you got something good going for yourself, just do what's right, stay on track, and never lose focus of the main picture, main goal. And like I was saying, like, that's why I've been going hard on this YouTube stuff, because all it takes is one video to blow up. And like I said, if I do lose my firefighting career, like, YouTube would be like the backup dream job if I could not be a firefighter anywhere else in the US. Like that, like being a firefighter was like a middle school kid or like a high school kid, me growing up, be like, you know what, let's be realistic, YouTube is not going to always work out, let's just be realistic real quick, what do I want to do? And I was like, firefighting is fucking dope, like I would love doing that, and I became a firefighter. But now YouTube is always going to be like a, what in the YouTube is always going to be like that kid in me, like, man, being sponsored and going on these trips and like meeting new people, content creating, posting videos, staying up late, editing videos, losing sleep, whatever the case may be. Like, that'll always be like first love for me. And I still do that now, and I always ask myself, like, I work 3 different jobs, technically 2 jobs. My business is just here and there, whatever, but I'm losing all this sleep editing. Like, why do I keep doing this to myself? But it's like, I just, like, you got to believe in yourself to make it to where you're going to go, you know what I mean? Because nobody else is going to believe in you. Who, like, in the end, who are you going to have by your side? Nobody but yourself. You're going to die alone. You came into this earth alone, you know what I mean? So, like, do what you got to do. But anyways, guys, this is going to wrap up the video. This is why I'm currently like on my second video of the day. I'm trying to get all these videos made before I go in, and in case I don't have time and can't afford gas on the back end to make videos. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like, comment, subscribe, share button. If you need any discount codes for NVT, Cardo, Insta360, they're in my description box below. Code Hollywood for 10 or 15% off, depending on what website you go to. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.